This is a sole communication between you, Menglong, and UN Transmission. The Dark Entertainment Industry, Part 2, Striving for Life. Asterisk, after these trainees had learned a full set of skills at the entertainment company, singing, acting music, instruments, dance, and so on around the age of 18 or 19. The company would arrange for them to participate in all kinds of competitions. The competition process was extremely grueling, very high frequency and intensity. Many of the young people's bodies couldn't withstand it. Those on the verge of death would have their blood typed and be turned into organ reserves. You survived all of this. Let us reference a brief account from Wikipedia. You first competed on Dragon TV's My Hero in 2007, making it into the top 16 of the Shaydow singing division. In 2010, he competed on Hunan TV's 2010 Superboy, reaching the top 5 of the online direct entry division, and later became a trainee of the happy group 8090. In 2013, competed again on 2013 Superboy, winning the Beijing singing division championship and placing 10th nationally. But in reality, you participated in far more competitions of various kinds and much higher intensity. All of that hardship and heartbreak was known only to the entertainment company and to you himself. Yu's determination to persevere was not about becoming famous or raising his profile. It was simply about staying alive, finding an opportunity to make public the evidence he had been collecting over a long period. If he didn't do this, more aspiring entertainers would be victimized by the dark supply chain of China's domestic entertainment industry. He had no ID card or passport, so he had no way to reach a free country, could only endure the inhumane arrangements of the entertainment company. A special reminder here for everyone. Those in the dark entertainment industry who are able to travel abroad are mostly children of the powerful elite or agents. You can use this to judge who cannot be trusted. However, on one point, even agents are those perceived as bad. People have the right to learn about the message of the new universe key, because only the divine can truly judge good and evil in a life. But those who serve as accomplices to evil may scoff at this information and refuse to listen. It is not that they themselves choose not to listen, but that the divine no longer allows them to hear it. After you debuted the entertainment company took on a great deal of singing work for him. Acting jobs were also accepted in large quantities without his consent, because the company never intended to carefully select roles suited to him. The company's thinking was, if one project happens to blow up, great, so their approach was to take on as many projects as possible. Under this intense workload, Yu's stamina was quickly depleted. He began frequently developing unexplained fevers while filming. Even when he had a fever from overwork, his manager wouldn't provide any real help. They would only make him drink water to cool down. There wasn't even a medical team on set to offer assistance. When filming kiss scenes while running a high fever, Yu'd use his tongue to push away the actress's lips in order to protect her from catching his illness through close contact. Medically, this was not the correct approach. He didn't know that he simply wanted to protect others from getting sick. The entertainment company administered a drug to its artists. After taking it, one would feel energized and physically strong, able to work from morning to night without fatigue. But it was a narcotic. Repeated use was addictive. Those who took it would stop eating, so the company, fearing muscle loss, would force-feed them a high-protein liquid supplement. That was all they consumed during an entire day of filming. At first, Yu also considered taking this drug, because his stamina was completely spent, yet he still couldn't rest. It was truly agonizing. But after seeing the terrible state of Senior, Kali, very likely Kiao Renalong, as the two knew each other, fell into after becoming addicted, he didn't dare take it. He could only push through filming on sheer willpower, eating food and drinking hot water whenever he had a moment's rest to replenish his energy, to protect you. This senior colleague invented a form of writing that only the two of them could understand, which they used to communicate. Through this, you learned that his senior was frequently beaten and left covered in injuries for refusing to comply with the unspoken rules. Because the senior was a man of unyielding character, after the beatings, he wouldn't even be taken. For medical treatment, some ointments and bandages would just be tossed into his room, and his filming schedule would be pushed back until the bruises on his face faded. Then he'd continue. Having witnessed what happened to his senior, you could only comply with whatever the unspoken rules demanded. Humiliation, violation, torment, bullying. He never resisted, doing everything he could to stay alive. Because he wanted to find a chance to film abroad and transmit the materials he had collected to the outside world. In his eyes, that mission was more important than anything. You desperately hoped to leave the country during his lifetime. But how could the entertainment company ever let that happen? One day, the senior colleague, using the code that only he and you could read, wrote down that he was about to be sacrificed on a specific date, hour, and minute in September 2016. The details were very precise. Not long after, the senior's back molars were forcibly extracted and sent to an underground laboratory sanctioned by the CCP to be frozen for scientific research. The purpose was to clone this person. The laboratory possessed exhaustively detailed cellular data on this artist. In fact, you and other artists also had their back molars extracted for the same reason. You meticulously recorded the materials. His senior left behind and stored them on a USB drive, making several copies and hiding them in places unknown to the entertainment company. After the senior's death, many internet influencers and artists who had spoken up for him received threatening letters containing the senior's dismembered remains. They subsequently disappeared as well, imprisoned in the entertainment company's basement, and ultimately sacrificed, cannibalized, harvested for organs, or taxidermied and sent to art museums. You knew that the path his senior had walked was the same path he himself would one day walk. His heart was filled with despair and sorrow. He could not contact the outside world, nor could he initiate conversation with anyone outside the entertainment company. Everything he said had to follow a script. He could only speak the words written for him. Here, I would like to share something you said from the heart, especially for friends in Taiwan. You did not want China to unify with Taiwan. He knew that China's current regime is run by a terrifying Satan. Taiwan is a free and democratic country. He actually hoped Taiwan would bring democracy and rule of law to China, not that a terrifying satanic regime would come to rule a Taiwan that embodies truth, goodness, and beauty. Therefore, any statements on Weibo that contradict this were not written by him. Those words absolutely did not represent his views because Weibo was controlled and monitored by the management company. You never had his own Weibo account credentials. I know that for friends who interacted with you on Weibo. Accepting this truth may feel very sad. In reality, all of those posts were written by people hired by the management company to imitate Yu's voice. It was merely an account management technique. In other words, even Yu himself could not post messages on his own Weibo or social media platforms. Everything was operated by the entertainment company, for fear that he would leak the dark secrets of the entertainment industry. Think about it rationally. If Yu had control over his own social media platforms and could speak for himself, then after the Kiao Renlang incident, why couldn't he speak up for his senior? Why, after receiving the message about his own upcoming sacrifice, didn't he immediately cry out for help to his tens of millions of fans? All he had to do was say one thing, and tens of millions of fans would have launched a nationwide search. Everyone would have protected him, and you wouldn't have died. Isn't that right? Some friends may wonder, then how were Yu's edited images released? Unbelieves that not everyone in the management company was necessarily bad. There may have been people who wanted to help, but were later persecuted and even lost their lives because of it. This is also why you hoped that people would not direct their grief and anger at innocent entertainment industry artists. Because they, like you, have no freedom in their daily lives, endure endless persecution, and have their accounts managed by the entertainment company's managers. None of it represents their true feelings. However, you urged everyone to persist in boycotting the entertainment industry until the CCP falls. In the 1 or 2 months before Yu's death, he wasted away to skin and bones, as many could see through the camera lens on screen. Not due to poisoning, but rather 3 reasons that made him too distressed to eat. First, his back molars had been extracted, making it difficult to chew food. He could only grind food with his front teeth. Second, he knew his death was approaching, and the psychological anguish made it impossible to swallow. Third, his bodyguard Du Sheng frequently humiliated and beat him. leaving him in a state of fear and despair. Yu had always wanted to visit Taiwan to experience what freedom and light felt like. But sadly, in this lifetime, he never had the chance. Yu will be reborn in central Taiwan in his next life. Yuan is truly glad that Yu's wish will be fulfilled. The final message left by Yu's main soul, who reincarnated in Taiwan, was this. He misses his fans very much, and he also deeply misses his mother, his adoptive mother. Please subscribe, like and share our video. Part 3 of the dark entertainment industry will come out soon. Please follow Yuan Transmission on Ganging World to read more messages from Yu Menglong through Soul Communication.